So we have a discernment test.
Yes, there's 5 ways that you can tell if you should take this relationship advice seriously.
Yeah.
You
so
can
I want to
ask
read
yourself.
them.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
want to read them to you. Yeah.
We've got this remarried love. It's better than we dreamed of. Left the pain in the past. It's just you and me.
So number 1 is, does this advice strengthen our marriage or make us suspicious of each other?
That's a good one.
That's really good. I like that, because if a person is talking to me and my spouse, is it making us divided, or are we coming together?
Yeah, like am I side-eyeing him? You know, like, oh, well, my husband does that. He must be cheating on me.
Yeah.
Or my husband does that. He must be something that's negative. Or is it bringing us together? Is the advice having me look at my husband and say, you know what? He is really strong. He is a protector. He is this. So you can kind of put it through that test. Like, hey.
Yeah. So no matter the gender of the guru, if that guru is making your spouse, who is of the opposite sex, look bad in your eyes, then I would kind of question their advice. Because
where's the advice going to take you?
Where's it going to take you, and where is it coming from? Because you want something that's going to strengthen your marriage and not make you more suspicious of your spouse. You want to strengthen your relationship. So number 2 is, does this advice encourage humility and accountability on both sides?
That could just be the only one. You know, that humility, does it encourage humility? And I want to say that to anyone who's like the breadwinner of the family. When you get advice, are you getting advice that helps you to lead the money with humility and accountability? Or are you the one who says, this is my money, I made it.
No, I'm making the rules.
And I'm going to do whatever I want with the money. I have a whole family, a whole blended family, and I'm just going to do what I want. There are relationship gurus or relationship advice that will tell you, hey, no matter what, it's your money. And so again, is it giving you humility? Is it helping you to have humility and accountability?
Yeah, because you can be accountable, but if you're not humble in your household and helping everybody to go up, you want you to go up, your spouse to go up, and if you have children, you want your children to go up, your families to go up. And that can happen if you have the right, wise counsel.
And then when we talk about that humility and accountability, that can go with anger. That can go with how you engage with the children, all of the children, especially if you have a blended family. It can go with how you spend your time, work, computers, whatever. Are you with family? Are you with friends? Are you with your spouse? That humility and accountability, that's a powerful combination.
It's very powerful because they are like yin and yang, I guess. They work together, but they're separate at the same time. And a person who understands that they are humble, yet they have this accountability of, or responsibility as well, then they are powerful. To me, that's very powerful for your household. So a spouse who is humble and accountable is very powerful in that marriage. Let me give you an example. If you're going through co-parenting in your new remarriage and you are humble and accountable, then that could help not only your household, but your ex's household, because you have children that you're dealing with. So being humble and not having your ego stroked or hurt can help you.
And being accountable to all parties, your wife and your ex.
Yeah.
Not just, I just deal with my ex on that topic and I don't regard my other family, but really bringing the whole family together.
Yeah.
And you'll need that with blended family. And that's something other people who are married may not understand as much, because in marriage, you really are guarding that marriage. In remarriage with a blended family, you're opening the doors to expand the like circle of love. And that's hard because sometimes it's
Well, it takes time.
it takes time. That's good. And it also is a delicate balance. So that's why some of the dating and marriage advice has to be tweaked a little bit with remarriage.
So number 3, does the advice respect the complexity of remarriage and blended families?
And we were just talking about that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's funny that we were going into that with the number 2. So you're having this discernment. When I hear this advice, do I know that this person or this advice is coming from an understanding of what a blended family has to go through?
Or the complexity of a remarriage? Because a remarriage is different from your first marriage.
Yes. There's so many different types of baggage that you have in a remarriage that you don't have in your first marriage. And even the mindset, I'll give you an example. I felt like my remarriage made me more conservative in marriage thinking. Where before in my first marriage, I thought it was just like, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do. He's going to do what he wants to do. And we're going to just like kind of come together somehow.
And make it work.
And make it work. Like we're just going to go his career, my career. And that really didn't work. But that was being promoted as the end thing to do for marriages. And so now that I've been remarried, I feel like just my understanding, it has gotten more complex because not only have I experienced one way and heard it, but now I'm living a different way and I'm trying to make my mind, body, and spirit like line up in that way.
And you have to monitor your way of thinking now. So when people first get married, they think I can be married forever and I can do what I want and I can say what I want and they're going to do this for me because, you know, a lot of people want things and it's okay to want, but you have to also give. And we had to learn how to want and give.
So you're saying that's the complexity of...
That is a complexity because I believe that at first we were probably a little selfish. And that's why a lot of people do get divorced because of selfishness, unforgiveness, and you're just thinking about yourself a lot.
Remarriage has a maturity
It matures you if you want to stay married.
And that is good. And also marriage with kids already there who have different parents. It's just a complexity in itself. So when you first get married, usually there are no kids involved. You're just marrying each other and then you guys are going to have kids and you have to deal with the other parent who's you're married with. With remarriage, sometimes both of you are coming in with children that each set of children have another set of parents. So that's a complexity that other relationships don't have. And so
how are we going to have rules in our household and have our spouses, our ex-spouses, abide by the rules of that child in this household?
Yes. So that's why we say,
that's complex.
Does the advice respect that you are in that situation and not just saying blanket, in your house, this is the rules and this is how it goes. It doesn't matter if it causes so much disruption. It doesn't matter if the children are suffering or having some issues with it. So it can't be blanket. And that's why we want you to ask these questions to yourself as you're receiving this advice.
So number 4, does this advice push healing or just validate bitterness?
Yeah.
That's a really good one because I've seen a lot of sound bites that push the narrative of bitterness more so than healing.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that...
Or give an example.
I'll give an example of a online personality speaking to a group of the same sex, whether it's a man or a woman personality, and they are basically building up their group of people to be angry with the opposite sex. So it's like, does it push healing or validate bitterness?
What were they saying?
They're just validating bitterness. Well, it depended on if it was a man or a woman personality. I'm just saying.
Yeah, give an example.
So as a man.
Spill the tea.
I've heard a lot of men talking about how women are this and women are that. And there are similarities in genders. But
like what are they saying?
Well, the thing about it is that it doesn't really matter what they said. The thing that
I
matters,
have an example.
the
That's
thing-
what I want you to say. An example.
The thing that matters is that they're spilling bitterness and not healing. They're not healing.
Give us an
the relationship.
example.
Well,
What did they say?
well, I'll just say that I have heard some of them saying that on a male side, that a woman is this or that. And,
What is what?
and all he wants is his peace. A lot of guys have heard that before, that, he wants his peace, because a lot of men want peace. They don't want her talking a lot and saying things out of place or talking out of the side of their mouth to him, making him feel low or not appreciated. So I have heard those type of things.
What was the advice though?
The advice? Well, some of them were like, get rid of her. You don't need her anyway. Or, go to your side chick if you have one, or if you don't, get one. I've heard those type of things as well.
So that advice wouldn't be helping remarriages at all.
Exactly. Does the advice push healing or just validate bitterness? They're validating bitterness and separation.
So you're telling me that the men advice out there is, if you don't want your woman to be talking a lot, get a side piece?
I'm not saying that is all of the advice. What I'm saying is that I have heard different levels of advice from specific and different people.
And this was to married people?
To married, single. I've heard it all.
To men in general?
Yeah, I've heard it to men. Yeah.
I've heard actually men talk to women and tell them that the man you have really isn't worthy enough of your being.
That sounds like a simp
the
to me.
way that he is, and I've heard it from two other women that it's like,
He doesn't measure up.
if he's not giving you flowers every day, he's unworthy. And I'm thinking, you don't give me flowers every day.
I don't give you flowers
You
every
must
day.
be unworthy.
I'm unworthy in according to them.
But
Yes,
see, this is what
I
I'm
am.
saying. And so I was like, where do they live? Like, who can do that? I can't even do that. Or on the opposite side, if they're saying to the men, yeah, if your woman is not giving you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the happy place. Yeah.
Every day,
Yeah.
she is unworthy.
She's unworthy.
And it's like, why do they keep saying that? Or that was more, I guess, like making people suspicious or whatever. But the healing side and the bitterness, it was almost like, if your man has done this to you, then he never loved you. And now you're like, oh my gosh. Or
He could be
because-
unaware. That's
because
not
he-
fair.
yeah.
That's not true. Because, people go through life, and sometimes you're just trying to live and you're unconscious about certain aspects of it until it's brought to your attention. And then you're like, oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. And I would never do that to the person I actually love. So
what do you mean? Like what example?
what I'm saying that you said, well, you would never intentionally hurt the person that you love. Sometimes you're going through life and you're just trying to survive because you're working, you're paying bills, you come home, you're tired, and you're trying, and they may say something and you react a certain way, but that's only because you were tired, not because you meant to hurt them on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
That could be from a man or a woman's standpoint. You have to realize that these sound bites are destructive. They're not really meant to bring closeness, forever, legacy, and help you in your marriage or your remarriage. So number 5 is, does this person have training, wisdom, fruit, or experience that fits what we are building?
Yeah, we talked about that too.
Yeah.
Are they trained? Do we have training? Let's go for ourselves. Do we have training?
Well, I have life training.
We have
yes.
life training. Do we have wisdom?
I definitely have wisdom, been through some stuff.
Do we have fruit of our journey?
Well, we have fruit right now as we are talking. It's been 16 years of this remarriage for us, going on 17.
And children with
And we
us.
have children.
Yes.
We have stepchildren. We have adopted children. And we have biological children.
Yes. Do we have experience?
Yes, we have
We
experience.
definitely have that. I feel like we have more experience than I really wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, from a child to an adult.
Exactly. So our
And-
experiences come from individually and separately as children from our parents' lives.
Yeah.
And also from our
Adult life.
adult lives, and now from our current adult life. So we have 3 different stages of life. or more-
Development.
of more.
That we could share.
Yeah.
If
So
you want. And it's like, for you, is this what you're building? Like, do you want something like that? I feel like our peace has tremendously grown in, at least in my life.
And I'd also like to say that we've done hundreds, literally hundreds of projects together that have built a bond between us, and they helped us to grow and understand each other in times of conflict.
Do you feel like peace has improved in your life? No.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you feel like intimacy has improved?
I feel like my life has changed for the better in all ways.
Yeah, because for men, there's a lot. Men want different things in their relationship. Women want things in their relationship. And I know for me, this is like a blessing.
Thanks for listening to Remarried Love. Share this podcast with someone you know would benefit from this conversation.
If you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you love to listen.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
We've got this remarried love. It's better than